Episode number 4!
Yay!
Okay. So,
Episode number 4.
Sword Art Online, episode number 4.
Or as I like to call it, where some of my problems with the series begin to become more prominent.
Okay. Take it away, Luke.
Alright. Episode number 4, aka Black Swordsman. This is the episode where we meet our lolly.
Yes! My favorite character! The lolly!
Everyone likes lollies, dude. That's well established.
Yes. So, our lolly character's name is Silica. So, this is Silica. Sign card of her voice actor. But, yeah, that's her face. Now you know who she is.
Or you could have just Googled it, but...
Yeah. That would be better.
Or if you're watching this, you probably already know.
Yeah, you probably do.
So that was just a boast.
Yeah, if you actually don't play Vice Schwartz, then you should start playing, because it's basically anime versus anime in card games. So you can basically pit Sword Art Online against Madoka versus Persona 4.
Was that where I saw that Sayaka card from it?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, the other signed card that I got from Sayaka Miki. Anyway. Very Arrow kind of cards, but sure.
Well, of course, it's focused around the female characters then.
Okay.
But, okay, yes.
So Silica's in this guild, right? And then the guild, I guess she's the guild leader? Yeah, I forgot her name.
She's the guild mascot. No, Rosalia?
Okay, just think of her as the lady in red who basically seduces anyone and
Hello,
is like
I'll
evil.
be your villain today. It's very obvious.
For this episode, at least.
It's very obvious when you first meet her, it's like, hello, I'll be your villain today.
Yeah, so essentially, the two have a fight, Silica and the lady in red, and Silica parts with the party, but then she gets ambushed by this group of monsters. Her pet familiar dragon, Peanut
Pina Colada, gets
dead. Yeah,
and of course
Peanut
it's
dies.
And of course it's this like cute little thing, like it's not like an actual fire-breathing dragon. I'd have liked it better if it was like the baby dragons from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I like that too. But
of course, it's a cute, fluffy bullshit dragon.
So the cute, fluffy bullshit dragon actually dies, and Kirito comes in and intervenes, and saves Lilica, saves Lilica, Silica, and she's like, ah!
Don't worry, I'll protect you, my little turtle duck.
I think it's a turtle dove.
I'm pretty sure she said duck. What?
Wait.
Ignore!
I don't
know!
Ignore! Okay. So, Silica wants to revive Peanut. So, Kirito's like, oh, but that's all the way at level, floor 47. And you're not a high enough level for that. So, I'll give you all this equipment because I'm such a good person.
And I just happen to be carrying all this equipment for girls in my inventory.
Yep. And Silica's like, ah.
Why are you helping me? Because you remind me of my Emoto.
Wow. And you'll find out that they don't even look alike. You know what? I could probably bring out the card right now. I have the full set.
His little sister, who isn't really his sister.
Not
wink,
really.
Wink.
Not really. They look nothing alike. Anyway,
we go on with the plot. Or no, we stop for a little bit to get all those lolly moments in.
Yes.
Including a completely necessary shot of Silica in her underwear.
No, but you skipped too far. Okay, so Kirito and Silica, they essentially tried to set up a plan to like get this really rare item flower kind of thing, and they're in town Lady in Red shows up. It's like, oh, looks like you seduced another guy. Oh, you're such a slut, you little lolly. And then Kirito's like, yep, she's my bitch. and then they're inside their cabin. They have like this whole fan servicey moment of Silica with her hair down, which is really sexy, by the way.
I still say the Twin Tails thing was obviously done because she's a lolly.
Yep, just for the character. And she's in her underwear.
Completely necessary.
Yep, with the little ribbon on her pantsuit.
Of course.
Which I think is pretty cute.
Well, that was the point.
Yes! And then, Kirito and Silica discuss, and then Kirito detects something. He's like, shh, there's someone at the door. And then he runs out, and then that person's already gone.
Mm-hmm.
And so this person happens to have a hearing skill, and apparently knows what they're talking about now.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll find out what happens with that later in the episode.
And then we go off on our adventure!
Questing.
To the floor of flowers, where the lolly gets attacked by tentacles.
No! It is the floor ridden with flowers, which is actually more like a dating kind of place now for players. It's actually where quests turn into dates.
Mm-hmm. And of course the lolly gets embarrassed, because she is the lolly.
Yeah, and apparently has the hots for a really gay, generic character.
For a really boring character. Like I said, this is the episode where a lot of my problems with the series start to crystallize.
Yeah.
Anyway, they go on an adventure. We get fan-servicey lolly moments.
Tentacles! 2 times! 2 times! They played the same trick on us 2 times! The one with like the poison ivy kind of like vines coming out like she does in Batman. I'm talking about poison ivy from Batman. Yeah.
I was thinking it looked more like a piranha plant or
Piranha plant.
Or oh god, what's the monster? Never mind. Moving on. I can't think of it, so moving on.
Okay, and there also there is this other monster with like a lick-a-tongue kind of monster.
Yes.
Whatever. Both were pantsu shot moments. Panties, yeah, good stuff.
And
Nose bleeding.
And then we get to the rare item, which I'm not sure how it's rare because it looked relatively easy to get. Yeah,
it seemed like you can just walk up and get it. There's no traps or anything like they did in episode 3. And it seemed like an all-access kind of dungeon theme, where like you're not exactly locked in, you know? It's more like an open field.
An open world.
Not protected. So, this isn't really a rare item in our eyes, but to them it is.
Item get! And so, then when they come back to it, the lady in red is all like, "Ha-ha! I see! You have gotten the rare item! Well, I'll be taking that from you now, because I am your villain for this episode."
Yay!
And then
she's minions pop out of the trees, like they literally come out of the trees. It's like, even though some of the trees were like, when you see like the animation, they're all thin. Those guys are like a little bit wide. So how on earth could they hide?
Especially with all that armor on.
What? Okay. Enough with that.
Anyway, and then Kirito's like, "Haha! I am not the one who has been tricked. I am the one who has tricked you. For I am now apparently a secret agent because the plot demands me to be.
Yes.
And I have been sent out to get you guys who are player killers.
Yeah, I'm going to arrest you because you made this guy suffer. He's running around all over the front lines complaining his whiny ass bitchin' frickin' and about how she killed all of his friends. So
I am out to get you, and they're
avenge.
they're like, "Oh no, you don't! Attack!" And he's like, "Silica, stay back. I'll protect you."
Without protecting.
Without moving a finger. literally.
The art of fighting without fighting.
Literally,
I guess.
the fight is basically just half a dozen guys just constantly slicing at Kirito, and him not taking any damage.
Because he has an auto regeneration skill that makes him heal more than what he's being dealt damage. You know. Yeah. You kind of get the point because he's such a super high level, and then everyone else is a freaking noob. And how do they defeat them?
By sending them to prison.
Yeah, prison. Okay.
And then
I hate it when that happens in GTA. Seriously, the police this time are like freaking crazy. They're good. They're good. Like GTA 4, they're like babies. This time they're like freaking Transformer cops where like they can take you out of nowhere. Oh, you went into a no-fly zone? Oh, I'm sending my whole army. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm screwed. Like, the game's harder. Anyway, that's my digression.
Anyway, we apparently all have GTA on the mind. Can you blame us? But anyway, then they revive Pina, and the episode ends.
Bravo.
Okay,
and like Silica was like, oh, I will forever cherish this moment because I felt like I had a real Oni-chan.
And she actually says Oni-chan. Oh, and they also had the discussion like earlier where Silica's like, oh, I'm sure your real little sister doesn't hate you. I'm sure she loves you a lot. Which, as we'll find out, is true. Wink, wink.
Hubba hubba.
Okay.
Wincest. Wincest is winning. Apparently,
That's for other series. And trust me, there are plenty.
But she has boobs. I'm just... Okay, I'm done. I'm losing it here. I just had lunch, so my blood sugar just went up. Okay.
As I said, this is about the point in time where a lot of my problems with the series started to crystallize. Number 1, Kirito has officially become a block of wood, with no identity of his own other than whatever the plot requires him to have. And it just sort of comes on, it just sort of keeps going this way. He ends up becoming a really, really boring character. And like, again, I had no problem with it when it was the first episode or two. Like, I had no problem with him having no real character development, because it's the first episode. You need to establish the world, first off. But it's like, as it's going on, and as he's actually becoming less and less interesting, it's sort of bizarre.
Yeah.
And also, again, I made a list in preparation for this. Here is where we begin to have the harem.
The harem? That's a bit too close, man.
See,
all these different types of girls. Take your picking. Sword Art Online will try to fill them as much as possible, or at least maybe a few.
It'll fill a few, but this is in general the basic. I made this list based off of like everything I've seen harem related, and like
your tsundere, kukudere, your type 1 actually no, there are 4 different types of tsunderes. And then you have your princess, you have your Rei Akagami kind of like figure, and then you have your mad scientist. Basically different kinds of girls. Maids, I don't know, best in class, super bitchy, Yankee girl, and then you have lollies, of course, as we see in this episode, the twin tails. I don't know, twin tails kind of like go with, I don't know, it seems like lollies and tsunderes try to use them a lot.
Well, I've seen it more with lollies especially. But maybe that's just me, but
yeah.
Anyway, like again, this is where the harem begins to build, and again, like, I don't get it. All of them around Kirito, who has the personality of a block of wood. Apparently, every single girl in this game is attracted to him alone, practically.
Because he's mysterious.
And
I think
this is where we really start.
Ladies, are you interested in mysterious people? I don't know.
Kirito isn't mysterious because there's nothing there. Oh, and this is also this is also where my main problem with Kirito comes out. Especially right here, he is an audience surrogate character. He is a surrogate character. He is a wish fulfillment character.
Yes, yes, which brings me to future seasons. Okay, so there's gonna be a new season of Infinite Stratos. If you haven't watched Infinite Stratos, this is basically another harem kind of futuristic thing, where you have a block of wood character that doesn't know what the shit is going on. Why is this girl doing this to me?
My god, I've just noticed almost every single male, basically every male character in a harem has been a block of wood. Literally.
Wow! I am so amazed. Sarcasm in play.
But seriously, again, it's the whole audience surrogate thing.
Yeah.
It's very obviously meant to be.
So, if you don't know what we mean by the surrogate, just basically, say you're watching some kind of show. You basically become attached to this character because you're kind of familiar with it. You have this sort of attachment to him, and you can feel for him. But then he's a block of wood.
No, the way I see it, actually not more. The way I see it is more like it's not necessarily a character you get really attached to because you can relate to them. The character themselves is designed to be you. It's not like you're relating to this character because it's like, my god, I can relate to this. It's not like, say, Watamote, where it's like, I relate to Tomoko because, like, I've been through that phase where it's like I felt like alone, didn't have any friends or like that. It's like I've been through that phase, but she's still her own character. She's still like interesting in her own right. That's not a surrogate. That's not an audience surrogate. An audience surrogate is a character who's designed purely to be you. Like, and Kirito is obviously designed to be the audience. He's designed to be the gamer, like the gamers, the people who play a lot of these games who get like really into them. He's designed to be you, anime viewer, who wishes you had this this giant spectrum of waifus to choose from. He is you. But the main problem with being a surrogate character is that they are, by definition, not allowed to have a personality of their own. Because the more of a character they develop on their own, the less likely they are to be you.
This guy thinks he's so cool.
As I said before, the only thing I have to go off of that is the fact that he wears a black cloak and has a high level. Other than that, he doesn't really act cool in any sort of way. He doesn't even have any...
This guy is not cool.
He doesn't even have any stupid one-liners. Actually, no, wait. I like it better when they don't have stupid one-liners. But it does help.
Yeah.
Anyway, point is, Kirito, this is where we start to see Kirito become completely boring. And it becomes, like, almost insultingly so.
Wow, we're dragging this out until 18 minutes. Oh, I still haven't said what I feel about this episode. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm gonna have to interrupt you.
You cut me off. I'll speak more about this stuff later as it comes up.
Yeah. So overall, this episode, I was freaking like happy because there was a lolly. I mean, she was cute.
Everyone
was cute.
Everyone likes lollies. That's what I said. Hell, I'll admit to liking them.
As I said, I'm here for just the characters. So that goes in connection with the fan service. I love me some fan service. Call me a pervert, but I kind of like it.
Ah, yes, fan service. The thing
I'm
we all
done.
wanted to rail against, but all secret.
I'm done. Okay.
If we're done, okay, I think we are done. I think we are done with this now.
Okay. Next arc, mystery. Sherlock Holmes subverted, which kind of sucks.
CSI Sword Art.
Piece of shit.